Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to Live a Live. When we last left off, we completed the Orsted chapter and watched his finale. Today, we're going to go into the real finale. So let's take a minute to talk about picking your protagonist. You can beat the game with anybody as your protagonist. Certain characters are harder starts than others. For example, Masaru is a pretty hard start just because he has no equipment. He has no levels. Now that Cube is, I would say, a medium start because he doesn't gain levels. But that can be used to your advantage early on because I think he's level 10 to start with. I'd have to double check. But in that level range, there are several really, really good monster drops that Cube can farm and nobody else can because they gain experience, they gain levels, they level out of that monster block and all that. Oboro can run twice as fast, so he's a really good choice. He's also very strong. Lee is a pretty good choice because she's fairly strong. Akira's not that bad. He comes with some decent equipment and his skills are good enough, but Akira really suffers in the last half of the finale because he just can't muster any attack power. Pogo's pretty good. Sundown is great. The great thing about Sundown is he starts at the top of the mountain and he can go up to Hash's grave, get Brion, recruit the inheritor, then walk down, get the battery to recruit Cube, and then be done pretty much with the top of the mountain, minus any other incidental stuff you have to do up there. But he's also the most complicated character to recruit, but I don't really take that into account. Lee starts up here as well, and I'm picking her merely because she's my favorite character. That's the entire gist of why I'm choosing her. So, I got my dinner over there. It's warming up. Myself a Diet Dr. Pepper because I'm trying to lose a little more weight. I've been drinking way too much soda here lately, guys. Ooh. I'm afraid that I'm going to end up with the diabetes if I'm not careful. It's alright. I don't mind Diet Dr. Pepper. It's not bad. I think Diet Coke actively tastes bad. But I don't think I've ever had Diet Pepsi. I generally avoid diet drinks on principle, but Dr. Pepper's not bad if it's cold. Same thing with Diet Mountain Dew. The Diet Dr. Pepper really doesn't taste anything like Dr. Pepper, no matter what the ad campaign said. But I think that Diet Mountain Dew tastes a lot like Mountain Dew if it's cold. It has to be cold. If it's warm, then it's disgusting. So, basic premise of the finale is our 7 heroes get sucked into Lucretia Kingdom? I forget the name of the place. Oh, by the way, I am actually re-recording this. I screwed up and lost all of my footage for this chapter, but that's okay. It's a good game. I like playing it, so we'll play it again. I also like this effect right here. I think that's neat, where all the realities are bleeding together, all the time periods. And you just run up until you get stopped, and then a staircase appears, and you appear on the character's recruit point. So, if you were playing as another character, if you come up to this spot, you would recruit the inheritor. That's where they would be. Get the iron box. The iron box is a battery. Depending on what character you have, it shows up as different things. Kill this person first. For Pogo, it's the question mark. For Lee, any of the inheritors, Sundown, and Oboro, it's an iron box. And for Wrestler Man, he gets parts, and only Akira knows what it is, and he identifies it as a battery. It is the item that allows you to recruit Cube. Nope, I didn't mean to do that. this guy. Don't worry too much about the random encounters to start with, because the enemies here are actually fairly easy, have very low hit points. Good thing I'm using an attack that uses my speed. So, they have low hit points, low attack power. There's a few enemies you want to watch out for. By the way, almost all the enemies have decent drops in this, so you actually do want to fight the random encounters. You'll get things like potion number 9, Izanagi scrolls. You'll get a lot of accessories. There is actually one enemy in particular that I want to run into. It's a giant emu bird. I forget what it's called, but it's one of the giant emus. All the enemies in this chapter are reskins of the enemies from previous chapters. These enemies, by the way, are from Captain Square. But I want to kill the enemies to collect power parts. I want to potentially get those accessory drops. I forget what it's called. I think it's it's a feather charm of some kind. Is that what it's called? The emu drops, but it's like plus 15 IQ. It's really good. But anyway, that's Sundown. He doesn't join you right away. What you have to do with Sundown is you have to chase him down. And he'll, I think you've talked to him like 9 times, something like that. Just talking to him a ridiculous number of times. He'll join your fun. Most people recommend you have him as your main character to avoid that, but I don't particularly worry about that because I'm going to go to all the places anyway, and this is the guy I was talking about. This guy's pretty easy. You squirrel kick him, he gets paralyzed, or you kill him outright. That's what he did. Fuki's feather. Is that it? Is that it? No, that's not it. I think Fuki's feather is a combat item. Yeah. But that was the guy. They drop an accessory, gets plus 15 to your IQ. It's really good. See that rock right there? Remember that rock for later, because we're going to be backtracking to that. That is one of the optional dungeons in this place. There are one for each of the characters. That is the Dungeon of Technique. That is the Inheritor's dungeon. And it is... you go into those dungeons to get the character's ultimate weapons. So, we're going to want to go in there. I'm just going to run from this because it's taking too long. Now, you want to be careful running, because if you run 100 times, then you trigger a super boss, and the super boss would murder me dead. So. And there is another dungeon right up here. You can't see it because, you have to have Pogo in the party to do it, but if you come up here with Pogo, then he can actually sniff the air and find it. It's pretty neat. Another main benefit, and this is the biggest benefit, alright? This is the #1 reason to use the Inheritor as your main character. Your icon is a panda. So, I don't think these guys drop. There's a lot of enemies in this chapter that do the breakdown thing. Basically, anybody that will break down has a chance to drop power parts, I think. Hey, meaty bones. That's pretty good. I do want to get some healing items if I can, although I can get infinite Narabisa grass. We're going to run away from this. I want to limit my running, but I also don't want to sit here and fight all of these battles. Alright, so now who do I want to recruit? I need at least one other person to go do the... go do my first dungeon. I am going to do the Dungeon of Technique first. I think I could probably go get Pogo. Pogo is a pretty good choice. And we could also run down here and just get Akira. He's sitting over here. It's Naragusa here. So if you picked Akira as your as your leader, he would start here. No way! Yeah, let's do it. So Akira will join the party. While we're here, let's go ahead and get a full party real quick. Go and tackle the the Dungeon of Technique. There's nothing down that way. We actually want to fight these guys, because if you teleport, your run command changes to teleport. And what happens is, let's see, you have a random chance to be teleported to that hurt. You have a random chance to be teleported to the Mine Dungeon? Is that what it is? Yeah, the Mine Dungeon. It's not a hard dungeon. There's no boss or anything. There's no bosses, like, really, no mandatory bosses in any of these dungeons. Let's walk up here and get this. Squirrel kick. More squirrel kick. He must be charging something. More squirrel kick. Am I gonna get like strength of the ninja? No, apparently not. Apparently, because now he's dead. Or he's not dead. He's unconscious. Yes. So let's go ahead and get. Oh, this is a good fight. Good fight. So we'll just do this. Paralyze that guy. And we will pass to Oboro because I want him to use. I forget. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you could one-shot those guys with that. Heal touch. Let's go ahead and heal you. Not too bad. We want to get as many power parts as we can. Nice. Got a bounce gun too. Yeah, they can also drop robot accessories. That's another reason why I was not particularly worried about getting robot accessories in Akira's chapter. But anyway. Goose grass, Naragusa grass. Get all this. We'll talk to Pogo. Now, any other character has to actually fight Pogo, kind of like I did Oboro there. But Lee, being of the female persuasion, having the girly bits, Pogo will just join your party. declaring love, he joins your party. Yeah, take him with me. Alright, so we want to... Let's go do the technique, Dungeon of Technique, get the stuff out of there. And then we will run and do a full like loop cycle here. Let's see, freeze image, no, not flame, hell. Way to win. Probably should look at my equipment, I think, probably. Nice. Actually, no. We want to... I messed up there. I want Pogo to get experience. Ah! The emu knows electricity! Alright, we'll just back off here. What? He knows like, it's a maser cannon. That's crazy. That's fine. I want Lee to get experience because she needs to get to level 16 to learn her ultimate move. That's a big old note. Basically, I want to run away from... That is Ishtar. You want to run away from Ishtar at this point. I want to run away from Ishtar. Hell image. Oh, they have Doga Dogason. That's interesting. I don't care about Akira getting experience. He's basically only in the party to act... Whoa. Die. He's basically only in the party to act as a fourth body. And I do want to go to his dungeon to get his ultimate weapon. First, I want to go back up here to the Dungeon of Technique. And then we will start making our way down and around to the... Ooh, these giant faces. We're going to teleport. Oh! We're in the dungeon of... the mine dungeon. So, let's see, where do you start? I got my map here, because I knew this was going to happen eventually. Alright, cool. There are random encounters here, and running does count towards the limit that you can run before you summon the super boss, which, I don't know if I mentioned that, it's 100. You run 100 times. Alright, so, we're going to just teleport away from these guys. We're going to get out of this dungeon as quickly as possible. Talk to these guys. And hit. That's the wrong button. If you hit this button, if you mind read with Akira, you talk to these souls. It takes 4 frickin' ever, but these are all of the citizens of this kingdom. Kind of had a good reason. Let me see. I forget if... Yep. I wanted to come down here. We are going to teleport away from the Ishtars, because I cannot kill the Ishtar yet. If I had gone out of... I kind of, sort of, probably should have gone to the mountain, or, excuse me,